Well, it's kind of a late video, but I decided that I'll do it right now. During the middle of July instead of the beginning of July. This is supposed to be the July astrology. In June, I made a theme in June. It was revelations. The theme of June is revelations because of all these, the first of all, the bill, not only the bill, but the ICE thing, where immigrants from Africa weren't allowed to come to the United States. Mass protests, which revealed a lot from, let's say, people's psyche about what their specific desire is. And also, what else? Well, like, also in my life, the revelation was that I am not gonna move to Hawaii in June because there wasn't space for me necessarily, and so that's why I'm not moving. But I am moving for July 20th. But not for June, and it was good because I didn't have a license yet, so it wasn't convenient for me to move. So yeah, which is great that's happening right now. So I'm due to move to July 20th. I don't know what the theme for July is, but what the theme is going to be so far. But I'm going to do astrology for July. Moon in Libra, sextile Mercury in Leo. Mercury in Leo means that the communication part of life is going to be, let's say, illuminated. And Moon in Libra is the instinctual desire to unify. So that's going to come in tandem with the specific Libra, Mercury, Leo, which is the communication part of life, and it's me Leo, which is about illuminating. Also, Leo is about creativity, orange chakra stuff, adventures, hobbying, going to places, all this type of stuff. July 2, first quarter moon in Libra, which means that you're going to make preparations for the future, and it's going to be around, let's say, the concept of justice, unifying, harmonizing, which is Libra. July 4th, Venus enters Gemini, so your love and romance part of your life is going to feature a lot of communication. Also, it's going to feature a lot of mental energy and the mental process involved in putting what your ideas are on paper. There's gonna be a lot of that, and first, and let's say July, Neptune retrograde begins in Aries, means that, let's say, the oming part of life, the dream, Neptune is about dreams, illusions, desires, and wants. And so it's going to begin in Aries. So your Aries, which is Aries about taking action, forward moving action, and yeah. So you would want to, let's say, act on these specific dreams or illusions that you have in your life. And because this retrograde means that you have to be careful of these essentially dreams, illusions. You have to proceed with caution because of you use your higher intuition to perceive on these specific dreams that you have, and you're taking action on the dreams. And this is actually very synchronic with my life because of the fact that I'm actually taking action of my own, let's say, dreams that are specific. I feel really compatible towards the land of Hawaii, which is a big island of Hawaii. I feel really compatible towards the place right now. My energy fits really well with that place. The big island specifically. There's a guy that I know from there that I'm gonna meet there, and so this is me using my own, let's say, dreams, illusions, desires to go to this specific area and to complete my bucket list. Also, it's very compatible for me in terms of health, because beaches are really, and saltwater especially, and is really compatible on a health-wise level. Venus and Gemini conjunction Uranus and Gemini. Well, Uranus is about radical change, and Gemini is about communication. So there's going to be a radical change in the way that people are going to communicate during this time of Uranus Gemini, and maybe something, well, social media might change. This is conjunction with the Venus Gemini, which is about relationships and communication in relationships. So essentially, I'm thinking that something in the context of communicating in relationships might be an alert, where in that communication, there might be something that you need to change, or something that would need to happen, or something like that. July 6th, Venus Gemini, sextile Saturn Aries. Saturn is about responsible. Saturn is about responsibility. Saturn is about responsibility, and Aries is about taking action. So whatever you do to take action, you have to take a lot of responsibility for that action because of the Saturn, because this action might have consequences. This comes in tandem with this communication part of love and romance. I'm thinking that communication might involve, let's say, the love part of life, but it's going to, love is going to involve communication, but it's going to come into tandem with what's going to come with a theme of you taking action, you taking responsibility for these actions, or taking more responsibility for those. Venus and Gemini, sextile Neptune and Aries. Venus Gemini, sextile Neptune and Aries. Neptune is about dreams, illusions, and desires, and Aries is about taking action. So you're going to be wanting to act on these, let's say, specific dreams that you have, and it's going to come in tandem with your communication part of love and romance. So you're going to want to let's say communicate in regards to love and romance, have the communication part be there, and which will come in tandem with let's see, your part of you that has dreams and desires and wants to take action on those dreams and desires. July 7th, Uranus enters Gemini. Uranus was already in Gemini, which is really interesting that it's there. July 9th, Moon in Capricorn, opposite Jupiter in Cancer. Jupiter in Cancer means that the worldly part of you of, let's say, home life, let's say emotional sensitivity, emotions, privacy, all that type of stuff. That's what Cancer is about. That's going to, let's say, the rolling part of that, which means that part of life is going to change a lot, and this actually theme in life because of the fact that the Jupiter in Cancer means that my worldly things, which is living location, it has to do with Cancer, which is home. The home part of my life will change, and so I think that has to do with Jupiter in Cancer. Also, Moon in Capricorn, opposite of Jupiter in Cancer, which means that during the time, I'll have the instinctual desire to have stability, but that stability might directly contradict with this, let's say, theme of changing locations. But I do think that things will turn out positive despite that. July 10th, Capricorn full moon. Which means that the stability part of life, you're going to capitalize on the energy of the full moon, and you're going to capitalize on the energy of stability. So you're going to want to create this essentially kind of like stability, or use this energy to capitalize or create this energy of stability. July 11th, Moon Aquarius, sextile Saturn Aries. Moon Aquarius is this essential desire for radical change, humanitarianism, all the type of stuff, idealists. It's going to come and do well with Saturn Aries, which is about taking action and like and responsibility for those actions. July 13th, Saturn retrograde in Aries means that there's going to be even more consequences, and specifically during this time, there's going to be consequences that you're going to have to look at for taking specific actions. July 16th, Moon Aries conjunction Neptune Aries means that Neptune Aries is about taking action. Neptune is about dreams, illusions, desires. That's going to come in conjunction with your essential desire to take action. So it's going to be actually a good time to take action during the time. July 17th, last quarter full moon in, where is it? I can't read my handwriting, sorry. I think it's Aries. I don't know which specific where the last quarter full moon is. I think it could be in, well, it's a line. Let's see. Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Aquarius. I'm thinking Aries? I don't know. When the last quarter full moon is, over quarter moon. July 18th, Mercury retrograde in Leo, meaning that the communication part of your life is going to, let's say, it's not going to be haywire, but you're going to be tested. That part of life is going to be tested, and you're going to essentially value certain things because of this Mercury retrograde, which is the communication Leo. You're going to want to, let's say, prioritize the Leo part, which is creativity, adventures, having fun, taking action. Not taking action, sorry. Creativity, having fun, and stuff like that, adventure. But this will let's say that you essentially would want to do that, but keep in mind that the communication part of life might be halting or might be kind of like not a good state. Despite that, you can focus on this adventure part of life, no matter what. And Mercury in Leo, sextile Venus and Gemini, means that communication is going to be around this illuminating adventure, hobby type of stuff. Which is Mercury in Leo, which means that you're going to communicate around that type of area of life, but it's going to come in tandem with Venus and Gemini, which is about communication regarding love and romance. So you're gonna have this little romance part of your life, but you're also gonna want to communicate as well, in terms of adventure life. July 20th, Moon in Gemini, sextile Neptune Aries. Means that this is when I leave to Hawaii. Here's this dreams, illusions, desire part of life. You're gonna have to take action on that, but you're gonna have the sexual desire to communicate as well. You communicate well. Moon Gemini conjunction Venus and Gemini means that you have the sexual desire to communicate, which is come in tandem with. Oh, hi. Are you gonna use this?
Oh, that's okay.
Okay.
I was gonna put this in the recycle bin.
Okay.
Is this yours?
Yeah. Okay. Let's say Moon Gemini conjunction Venus Gemini, meaning that you have this wanting to communicate in relationships. And July 22, Sun enters Leo, means that the part of you that's going to prioritize communication, adventure, and community, and having fun hobbies, the sun is going to enter that Leo, which means that that energy is going to be activated the most during that time, during the end of July. July 23, Sun in Leo, sextile Uranus and Gemini. Uranus is about radical change in Gemini. Uranus, radical change in the area regarding media is going to come in tandem with the creativity, adventure, hobby, which is a Leo, and the Sun Leo, which is in his own sign, which is Leo, Sun in Leo. Let's see. July 23rd, Venus and Gemini. Square Mars and Virgo. Virgo is about practical, detail-oriented stuff, which is Mars or Virgo, and taking action regarding their life. Which is practicality, which will be squared, which will be against this radical change regarding communication part of life. July 24th, Leo new moon is about, let's say, creating this new energy of creativity, adventure. Do whatever you could to create new adventure, hobbies. Let's say lifestyle, stuff like that. This Leo energy. Sun Leo opposite Pluto in Aquarius, meaning that Aquarius is about radical change, idealism. Pluto is about rebirth. So you're gonna want a rebirth right in that type of let's say in the realm of, let's say, idealism, potential, let's say just Aquarius, humanitarianism, but it's gonna come opposite of this part of you that, let's say, wants, desires adventure and stuff like that. Moon in Virgo, square Uranus and Gemini, meaning that your desire to create practicality, focus on the routine details, practical details, is going to come against radical change in communication, media, and stuff like that. Moon in Virgo, sextile Jupiter, Cancer, means that your essential desire for practicality is going to come in tandem with actual prioritizing home life and the worldly part of home life, which is Cancer, Jupiter, Cancer. The worldly thing is in home life. So 28th, Moon in Virgo. Moon in Virgo, conjunction Mars in Virgo. Moon in Virgo. Virgo is a sexual desire to create practicality, practical details, routine, which is going to come in conjunction, go together with taking action regarding the life and the part of life, which is Virgo, Mars in Virgo. The 30th, Venus enters Cancer, which is about home life, security, emotionality, sensitivities, which this part of that life is going to come to fruition or be focused on in the context of relationships and friendships. This means going into Cancer. Sun Leo, Mercury, conjunction Mercury and Leo mean that your desire to communicate in the context of relationships, love, adventure, they come in conjunction with Sun Leo, which is the illuminating part of adventure and life and having fun. And I don't know what the theme for July is. I think the theme for July would be probably the experiment or the adventure. Yeah.